Hey ladies and gentlemen, so 109 came out today for Space Engineers, and mostly some bug fixes than anything. One of the biggest bug fixes that is on the list for DirectX 9 users. Finally, you should be able to see missing asteroids and something about a load screen issue for DirectX 9 users. So the game should be playable once again for you guys and girls. Remember, DirectX 9 users, you're unable to play with planets. Here is a few other fixes. Place a base station on the surface of a planet. Fix displacement of high grids. Fix the crashing when deleting LCD panel. Fix the crash when ships collide. Fix the crash when hydrogen thrusters with hydrogen thrusters. Fix the crash using jump drive. Fix the crash when computing mass of a grid. Fix crash drag and dropping items from inventory. Fix the crash with using the jetpack, and fix damage reactor still providing power. Some of the new features in 109 was a new planetary building station rotation mode on by default. So basically, it just makes it nicer to place. Right now, I think what we always had to do is hit B for this. Now you don't have to hit that. Added an option to place large ship and base stations into the toolbar, and a new menu video. So like the new menu video basically just shows you all the new footage of planets, really. So now when you go to your G key here, usually you're used to just, new station, small station, whatnot, but now they actually have, I don't even know, I can't repeat it here, but I was able to do it in survival on the planet at least. There was these new toolbars where it would just, oh, here they are. Here you got small station, or small ship, large ship, and station. So you can do this all through the actual bar instead of having to go back and forth into creating a new station every time. And that's really cool. And then you have for the small ship and the large one, and you can do them mid-air too, which is really cool. Cool. Let's get rid of that. And yeah, so that was pretty much the sum of those patch notes. A hidden one that wasn't mentioned that they fixed, which was probably one of the biggest important ones. I didn't report it as a bug because it already was reported like 20 times. Basically, space debris, you know how you set it to a limit of 13, some of you guys leave a limit to 8, 64, etc. That was pretty much unlimited. It was not cleaning up the space trash, and people are coming out with mods, if you can believe this, on deleting stone, because a lot of people, for their mining setup, when they mine, they have it auto-eject stone, and they were even creating a mod to destroy the stone within their mining ships, etc., because it was that much of a problem, especially for planets, because pretty much you have to go through quite a bit of stone before you ever hit the ore and resources, and that's kind of more common on there. So that was fixed. The bugs I reported, unfortunately, none of them got fixed. I'm just going to go quickly through the ones that didn't get fixed that we had reported. Atmospheric thrusters use next to no energy in hover mode. So when you're in hover mode on a planet, this is in the middle of the atmosphere, when you stand still, it's like, oh, you got 9 hours power left, and then you wait a few seconds, and then it goes into power save mode, basically, which happens in space and makes sense. But on the planet, it's like you have 96 days of power or something like that. That to me is a bit of a bug, and I think a lot of people also agree on that. That has to be, recalculated or something in that. Probably because it's the way that when you're in space, it saves and it goes into idle mode, which makes sense, but it shouldn't be doing that on a planet. Okay, text-based Windows scrolling is still broken. So if we type in chat, of course, we can't scroll through this, and it happens in multiple different windows with that. Mainly, I think, modded Windows, which is a bit of a disappointment. Hopefully that gets fixed in the future. Spawning planets adds GPS points and return unloading save. So here's an example. When you spawn a planet, you get this GPS. Now, this is a fake GPS. Oh, look at that. It's not even showing up in my GPS. That's another bug. But yeah, it's forcefully placing GPSs on planets you spawn in single player, and it shows up at gray sometimes, and if you log in and out and it shows up, you can delete it usually, but when you log in and again, save and exit and come back, the GPS shows up again. You have to modify the actual files to fix that. Infinite jetpacks with inertia dampeners off. That is a space planet, or not space, that's a planet issue. So when you're on the planet, sometimes you can trigger this, and you can indefinitely stay afloat basically, or move around. Not afloat because that's with inertia dampeners on, but you can move around without using your hydrogen. Planet spawned in multiplayer. We're on multiplayer right now. Do not stay. That no one else can see that. And if I leave the game and join again, that is not there. So we have to do our planets through single player and then import them into multiplayer. Attaching a small ship to a big ship will make it immune to damage into a planet. Yes, that's basically if I have my lander and I attach a small ship to it, I can usually crash on the planet without any error. Basically, boom, smash, but it just bounces around, no damage at all. This actually bothers me later on in my Let's Play series, which is too bad. Looks like we're gonna run out of oxygen here. Let's go and get some. What else do we have? Attaching, okay, we just said that. Oxygen and hydrogen bottles do not show % use, so I don't really have an example on me this second, but basically when you hover on them, there's no weight, there's no information, there is no way to tell you if, you know, it's half empty, half full, etc. And then after that, I think that's pretty much the summary of most of the bugs I had reported. I'm sure I'm missing one or two things, but either way, oh yeah, mining drills. Mining drills actually are a big one. They're a complete mess. When you're drilling, pretend I'm drilling with my mining drill, with my small ship, is like... It's weird. It's like on and off, intermediate pulsing, and it just does not handle right. It sounds off. The entire thing is a mess. Like, they started to mess with something with drilling a while ago, and it has never worked the same since. Like, we had a lot of issues with drills not even working properly, or mining or lagging, and it just, ever since they touched something, they seem to have kept it broken pretty much since then, and it's not an enjoyable use. Mining itself is not enjoyable at all anymore. It's kind of like one of those things you get done and just like, oh god, I can't wait to finish this. Where before it was more of a peaceful, enjoyable experience, you've lost that joy in mining, which is too bad. Hopefully that gets looked at in this soon. One of the friends of ours, which he's sleeping right now in his little cryopod, Zent, had said that the ship is actually slowly moving, like 0.2 or something like that, the station. So we're going to have to eventually look at putting some thrusters, I guess, on the ship to keep it stable. Because if we got people landing or, you know, somebody crashes on the side of it and it starts moving a bit, that might be problematic. I was hoping when it moves really slowly, it would lock down, but apparently it's not locking down, so we might have to end up doing thrusters. I don't know if you guys have suggestions on that. I prefer not to anchor it to an asteroid because it's a big station and I wanted both sides to get covered with the sun over time anyways and not be, you know, dealing with the whole asteroid locking. Plus, for performance, I would rather not have to load a big, huge asteroid with full detailed LOD while in here. There's no need for the extra performance hit. That's why we do the station kind of out in the middle of space for that. But yeah, so 109 is out now. 109 and bug fixes come out tomorrow again. I'm not sure if any of the things that we reported will be up in that, but I guess tomorrow is the ideal time to probably launch the server. I'd like to hear your ideas or suggestions, anything we should touch base on or fix before we launch. And yeah, so thank you guys and girls so much for watching this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you wonderful people next time.